Hello everyone. Today I will explain you cables. Cables are considered as flexible member. Flexible member because it does not take any bending moment. So why it is considered as flexible member? If you take a cable, a single cable, and apply any load on this will deform. The cable will deform. You apply any load, and we can predict the deformation of the cable. For example, I will write here, we can predict the deformation of cable. Okay, so what I will do, I will take a cable and I will apply a point load on this cable, and this cable will deform in this way. This is the deformation of the cable, initial position of the cable, and this is final position of the cable after the application of the load. So we can predict the deformation. Deformation of the cable is equal to the bending moment. This is cable. If you take a simply supported beam subjected to point load, concentric point load, eccentric point load, what will happen? How the bending moment will be? Bending moment will be a triangular. So what we say here, the deformation of the cable will be same as the bending moment of a simply supported beam subjected to any form of loading. But here cable is not taking any bending moment, but the deformation of the cable is equal to the bending moment. So it take the shape of the bending moment. Okay, so why the bending moment is zero? Why the bending moment is zero at any point in the cable? Because it does not resist the load. Cable is subjected to deformation after the application of the load. Okay, so in this section I will also explain you the suspension bridges. In suspension bridges, cables form an important structural component. I will show you the diagram of a typical suspension bridge. This is a typical suspension bridge. You have the road. At either side of the road or either side of the deck of the bridge, you have cable. Okay, so this is the profile of the cable. Profile of the cable. It has got ditch. Okay, it is called central dip of the cable. And you see, this is the deck of the bridge, or you can say the road. Above deck you have hangers. It is also called as suspenders or hangers. So what this hanger is doing, the load of a deck is transferred to the cable through these suspenders or hangers, and cable is subjected to UDL. More or less it is subjected to UDL. You can see here, more or less it is subjected to UDL. And the profile of the cable is parabolic. I told you the deformation of the cable is same as the shape of the bending moment diagram. So when a beam is subjected to UDL, the bending moment diagram is parabolic. Here the cable is subjected to UDL. The deformation of the cable will be a parabola. Okay, now this cable passes over a supporting tower. This is supporting tower, and this part of the cable is called backstay. It is called backstay or anchor cable because it is anchored to the ground. It is anchored to the firm foundation so that it can hold the shape of the cable. Okay, this is typical diagram. So we have two types of supporting tower. I will explain you this supporting tower. In our syllabus we have two types of supporting tower that we have to study. So one supporting tower is frictionless pulley. This side of the cable is main cable and it passes over, and this side of the cable is backstay cable or anchor cable. So you have tension in the cable. Tension is there in the cable. T1 is tension in the main cable and T2 tension in the anchor cable. So in case of this type of support, frictionless pulley, tension in the main cable is equal to tension in the anchor cable. This is one phenomena we have to remember when we are using this type of support. Another type of supporting tower is saddle on frictionless roller. I will write here saddle on frictionless roller. So what is happening here? This side of the cable is called as main cable and this side of the cable is called anchor cable. In saddle supported on frictionless roller, you have the roller. You have roller here. At roller you do not have horizontal reaction. Okay, the summation of f of x should be 0. So here you have h1 and here you have h2. H1 and h2 is nothing but horizontal resolution of t1 and horizontal resolution of t2. Okay, so here t1, the tension in the main cable is not equal to tension in the anchor cable, but h1, which is horizontal resolution of t1, equal to h2, which is horizontal resolution of t2. So this phenomena you have to remember when we are using this type of support. Now let's talk about the equation of the cable. Here I have taken a cable which is subjected to UDL over the entire span. The intensity of the UDL is W per unit length and the either side is having hinge support. Okay, and the profile of the cable is parabolic. Why? Because it is subjected to UDL. I told you the deformation of the cable will be equal to the shape of the bending moment, but it does not have any bending moment at any point in the cable. Bending moment is 0 at any point in the cable. You remember that. So equation of the cable means we have to determine the support reaction, vertical reaction and horizontal reaction. You see here, point A, joint A is hinge, means it has got two reactions, VA, and here also we have two reactions, VB, HA and HB. So HA and HB will be always away from the joint in case of cable. It will not be towards the joint. In case of arches, you have hinges at either side. So H is always towards the joint because the nature of H here is compression. In case of arches, the nature of H is compression, but in cable is known to take tension. Cable will not take compression, cable will not take bending moment. The basic element, the basic force, the internal force the cable will take is tension. So HA equal to HB will always be away from the joint. means it is tension in nature, tensile in nature. Now you see, this is YC. YC is called dip or central dip of the cable. Now it is easy to find vertical reactions V and VB because loading is symmetric, profile of the cable is symmetric, total load. So what is the total load here? Let L be the span of the cable, So what will be the total load? Total load equal to W into L, total load. And how to find reaction in case of symmetrical loading on symmetrical structure? VA equal to WL by 2, VB equal to WL by 2, total load by 2, total load by 2. So we got the vertical reactions. How to find horizontal reactions? This is point C, lowest point of the cable. Point C, lowest point of the cable. We can take bending moment about this point and equate it to 0 because bending moment at any point of the cable is equal to 0. So to find horizontal reaction, take moment about point C, which is equal to 0. So MC equal to 0 and VA into perpendicular distance from C is L by 2. So VA into L by 2, then you have this H, and perpendicular distance with respect to point C is YC, central dip, and this HA will create anti-clockwise moment. Okay, so that's why it's minus H into YC. Then you have UDL between A to C. The total load of the UDL will be W into L by 2, and perpendicular distance with respect to point C is L by 4, and this total load of UDL will create anti-clockwise moment. That's why we have to take minus here. So W into L by 2 is total load into L by 4, which is perpendicular distance. So when you solve this equation, H value you will get the horizontal reaction for cable, you will get WL square divided by 8YC, where W is the intensity of UDL, L is the span of the cable, not the length of the cable, it is the span of the cable. Span means horizontal distance between the support. Okay, then divide by 8 into YC. YC is central dip. Okay, or you can say the distance of the least point of the cable from the support. YC is nothing but distance of the lowest point of the cable from the support. So we have determined the horizontal reaction, the vertical reaction. In exam you may find question like this: find the tension in the cable, find maximum tension in the cable, find minimum tension in the cable. Okay, so tension in the cable will be along the cable, tension is there along the cable. Okay, so where you will find maximum tension? At A and at B. Maximum tension in the cable will be at A. So at A you have reaction VA and H, and tension will be along the cable. Okay, so here tension T max, tension represent the resultant of VA and H. So we know the formula of resultant from the mechanics. Resultant R equal to Fx square plus Fy square. Fx means horizontal force square plus vertical force or vertical reaction square. So maximum tension, the formula of maximum tension will be T max equal to under root VA square plus H square, and maximum tension in case of symmetrical cable will be at A or at the support. Now the question remains where you will have minimum tension and what is the formula or magnitude of minimum tension. Just refer here this formula, maximum tension equal to under root VA square plus H square. So H, the value of H will not change across the cable. The value of H at A or at any point in the cable will remain same, but the value of V will change, and minimum tension will be at a point where vertical force, vertical reaction is equal to 0 because H will not change. Now you see here, so in order to find the minimum tension, VA value should be equal to 0. So where the VA value is equal to 0? At point C, at lowest point of the cable. Okay, so here VA equal to here at point A, VA equal to WL by 2, vertical shear at A, and at C, between A to C distance is L by 2 and total load of UDL is going downward. Total load of UDL is equal to W into L by 2, which is going downward. So WL by 2 is going upward and WL by 2 going downward. So the net vertical force, net vertical shear at point C equal to 0. So the minimum tension will be at point C because V vertical shear is equal to 0. So T minimum equal to H. So in this way we have to find maximum tension in the cable and minimum tension in the cable. So in the next video I will share some problems on cable, how to solve cable, how to analyze different supports, how to find tension in the main cable, tension in the backstay cable, and how to find the angle of the tension. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.